Hello, girls. Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Very well, thank you.
Girls, I was thinking about what we talked about in class yesterday about identity in society and culture.
Oh, yes, I was struck by everything the professor said that culture cannot be modified and that we all have our own identity.
Yes, I agree. It is very important that each person has his or her own identity.
That's right. I was watching a video called Which Identity is Your True Identity? Let's Be the Writer and broadcaster Emma Gannon, where she makes use reflects on our true identity and the identity we create in social networks.
Yes, we have already seen that video.
It left a lot to reflect on.
That's right, here. But what do you think when she says everyone have their own self on social networks?
I don't agree. I think that each person should be integral and build their identity that should be equal in all facets, as Helen says. The concept of digital person is relative. New to society, we cannot be multifaceted kids that today we act one way and then another throat is we talk about the construction of ourselves in a social profile. We are talking about a new digital world. Even in studies cited by Emma Canott, who says that 2% of young people connect daily to the internet isn't a shocking statistic, but everything is well online, which doesn't surprise, and 24% is the statistic that is growing.
That is true. I agree with what my colleague says because by spending so much time in the digital world, we can isolate ourselves, and that is why we talk about a new world where the person, mainly young people, develops an addiction to this technological world, and sometimes they even have to go to rehabilitation therapy.
I think the sons of you girls. Another aspect that caught my attention is that we can't judge a person by how they look in real life because they can be very different.
I approve of that idea. It's true that a person doesn't have to be referred to society by how they look on internet profile.
I agree there are bad people who hide their true identity within a social profile or create their life based on the digital world.
Of course, as young people, many times the cell phone or the computer is our protagonist, what we use the most during the day. But do you agree when the writer says social networks also influence the constructions of a culture?
I totally agree. Though it is important to mention that social networks can influence in a positive and negative way in the construction of our identity in a culture as well and the insights in our life.
Just as Malcolm Gladwell says that we are not just digital creatures living our lives for inshore, I guess then I am addict internet too. I have missed it at this stage I am also very aware that I want to be creative. I want to have a full life and I don't want to limit myself by having a good Facebook page when I do.
Of course, girls, I thought it was good to share our ideas, to know and know your opinions more about the subject, mainly from such a famous writer as Emma Gannon, who makes use reflect on our true identity in society. Okay, interesting conversation. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.